special episode of the Bearded Beard Pod. This is another brewery special for you. I'm not doing your mum as the poll on both the pod page and the blog page requested. No, we're going to do Verdant Brewing Company. So, what's it all about then, Alfie? In 2014, Verdant started to make beers. The end. Just kidding. Nothing's changed since then, really. It's all about the taste, quality, and all-round deliciousness. And if you think of juicy, hoppy, unfiltered hazy beers, they're always vegan for some reason. Stir out the sausage. Anyway, that's Verdant. They love to explore from time to time, brewing lagers, stouts, cask ales, things like that. They're independent, and they reckon they always will be. That way, they can continue to push boundaries and make beer they love, and hopefully we'll love them as well. So Verdant began life in autumn 2014 when homebrewers Adam and James teamed up with Rich to craft US-inspired beers that weren't available locally. Since then, the team has continued to grow alongside the demand for their beer. They're now a team of 30 people, all driven by the same passion. Their ethos revolves around brewing the flavour-packed beers that everybody loves to drink, and ensuring that beer lovers have access to delicious, quality-driven releases week after week. They're also very proud to welcome and embrace all the diversity that the beer industry has to offer. Anyone's welcome at Verdant, and they strive to ensure a workplace that is centred on inclusion and diversity. Good for them. Hoppy, juicy, hazy, unfiltered, vegan-friendly beers. Yep, when Verdant began to bloom back in 2014, they decided that their focus would be hop-forward beers inspired by the New England craft beer scene. Over the past few years, they've become synonymous with hop-forward beer styles, including Pale Ale, IPA, and Double IPA. They've placed emphasis on balance and drinkability while taking inspiration from the beers of both the East and West Coasts of the United States. They also love exploring different styles and are regularly brewing lagers, as well as luscious stouts over the winter period. The beers are stocked in multiple bottle shops and bars all over the UK, but you can also find their freshest cans straight from their web shop. New releases are available online at 10:30am every Wednesday on the web shop. You can follow them on socials to know what's going live, and they're always teasing new cans on Tuesdays. In January 2020, they moved from their old brewery site in Falmouth to a brand new facility in Penryn after a successful crowdfunder campaign. Over there, they built a completely bespoke brew kit with the amazing team at SSV Limited. They kept the brew length to a relatively modest 40 hectolitres while ensuring the brew house is efficient enough that they can brew 3 times in 12 hours. They also package kegs and cans there 3 to 4 times a week, whilst making sure that their web shop is stocking the freshest releases every Wednesday. Way back in October 2018, they opened a seafood bar, tapas restaurant and tap room in the heart of Falmouth. Since then, the team have worked tirelessly to ensure that not only is the restaurant one of the most highly regarded in Falmouth, but the whole of Cornwall. This praise included being named one of the 15 best restaurants in Cornwall by Condé Nast Traveller. If you fancy a taste of the finest seafood and Verdant beer, look no further than the Verdant Seafood Bar. Cool, there we go. So that's our introduction to Verdant. Let's crack on with the reviews. And here we have my first ever Verdant review. Maybe one more PSI. Double IPA. Smelled absolutely amazing, and the mosaic hops taste fantastic. One of the best beers I'd had in a while. Now, I have no fucking clue what mosaic hops taste like, so Christ knows what I was on back then. Anyway, I gave that a solid 5 out of 5 on Untapped. Oft! Dry and bitter, but smoother than Cliff Richard in an old folks' home. Bloom from Verdant. It was nice. That was an IPA, and it was a 4.25 on Untapped. So this one cracked me over the bridge of the nose. It was too many opinions watered down the original ideas. Smelled like a wet forest and tasted 16 times better. Yowza! And it was a West Coast double IPA. 4.75 on Untapped. Christ, my reviews were pants back then. They're pants now, but they proper fucking sucked back then, didn't they? Christ, that's like 3 years ago, nearly 4. Ooh, interesting. And then then Verdant spoiled us yet again with the strongest of the strange, a nicely fizzed pale ale, a kind of fresh smell, a clean yet hoppy taste. 4 right in the nose. I will need your signature. It was a mighty fine start to my weekend, and a subtly hopped pale ale. It was nicely bitter as well. Again, that was a solid 4. Cracking on with the astounding range of beers from Verdant. There will be no intervals from Verdant. Cracking brews all the way through. That was an outstanding pale ale, and it was a perfect start to my weekend. And that was a 4.25. Well, Verdant provide a proper meal in a can with Where Does the Time Go? It's a bloody fabulous double IPA, and absolutely no mistake about that. Crack on the nose there again with 4.5 on Untapped. Even sharks need water. Now, everybody's had this, haven't they? It's a mighty smooth and mighty tasty IPA. Amazing colour and even more amazing taste. I gave that 4.25, which is unusual. I thought I would have scored it higher. There we go. Anyway, safety flares. Smashing single hop Simcoe and really bloody tasty. 4.5 on Untapped. Dank and juicy. Yep. Further is a cheeky wee double IPA and refreshed some really hard to reach parts, if I'm honest. That was a 4.25 on Untapped. Right, Verdant are absolute nutters. Solid state, has a fab taste and a smell I could not describe. Hoppy? Yep. But what was the smell? Was it grapefruit and Bakewell tart? I really couldn't tell you, but I loved it. And that was a 4.25. So the importance of being aligned made my eyes hurt. I don't remember why. It must have been a good beer. I couldn't place a sort of taste in that one, but it was pretty lovely. And yeah, I gave them a massive chuck up there. Well done, Verdant Brew, and another cracking beer. But unusually, I've given it 3.75. I wonder why I did that. Probably because I couldn't place the taste, and I was getting annoyed, and my eyes hurt, and I was grumpy. Who knows? Absolutely no doubt in my mind that Verdant knows my jam. Now we are here is a thick and juicy double IPA. Lovely hoppy bitterness. And I remember this one. I kind of picked up the glass, had a bit of a sniff, and I was like, oh, that smells good, that. And it looked thick, it looked juicy, it just looked lovely. And I had a big glug of it. You know, when you're really thirsty and you just want to drink a big drink of a drink. That's what I did. And I gave it 4.5 out of 5 on the Wankers Pokemon thing. Untapped. Keep left from Verdant. That was a kind of creamily hoppily double New England IPA. It was dankly gluggable, it says here. That was 4.25. Right, I'm going to try not to say Verdant in this next one, because I've said Verdant every single fucking time, because I've been copy and pasting these reviews from Instagram into a Word document so I can read them. I hate to shatter the illusion that I'm just rolling these off the cuff, but no, I wrote them down. Anyway, Alan from that brewery. Alan from the Verdant. I'm not saying Verdant again. Fucking hell. Anyway, Alan, it's like sucking you. Oh, fucking hell. Alan, it's like sucking. Alright, okay, third time lucky. Alan, It's like sucking Scarlett Johansson's toes. Tastes a little different, but by Jove, you like it. You're not ashamed that you don't know why. I couldn't place the aftertaste, but it was a damn fine double IPA. There's probably fucking athlete's foot or something. Oh, fucking shut your face, G. Right, okay, 5 a.m. It was a double IPA. It made me go, ooh yeah, that's nice. In a dirty old man voice. That is all. 4.75. Or a themed one next. Because it was almost on theme. Because we went straight back into a 3-week lockdown the day after I had this. And it was called Welcome Return. It is a thick and bitter West Coast double IPA. Not entirely like having Heidi from the Sugar Babes knickers crammed in your mouth. Well, she hits you in the buttocks with a cabbage. And it was 4.25. Oh, bugger me backwards with a fish fork. Degrees is thick, juicy and chewy. Kind of like a massive fart, but in the form of a double IPA. Smelled a lot better though. Yeah, a strong 4.5 yet again from the boys at Verdant. So, unplanned alignment poked me right in the B spot once more. Oh, subtle and understated, but a cheekily bitter aftertaste.
Sounds like my genitals.
That was a 4.0. I don't think you can go wrong with a beer named after something you say when you fart. I played trumpet on that tune. It's a fucking tasty IPA, no mistake. It has a broad bitterness to it that makes you sort of do a face like when you see Wardlow's roaster man bun. Why am I laughing at that? Christ, he'd kick the shit out of me if I called him a roaster. So only bought Mudwigs have a beef system. Is that right? I can't read my hashtag. Mudwig has a beef system. I bought this because I liked the look of the can art. It kind of looked like My Love Noodle. But this IPA is crisper than a teenage boy's favourite sock, and I could have easily guzzled the crap out of it. And that was a 4.25. With a lovely smell and fruity taste, Transient Comfort Object Double IPA is a bloody good beer. Despite my brain telling me it was going to taste of pineapple, I don't know why. It was probably looked like a pineapple juice, like bars or something like that. But probably not as fizzy and dearer and more alcoholic. And that was a 4 right in the nose. Conventional tactics. Well, that was a dank smelling but light tasting IPA. And when I say dank, I mean like weed dank. It was proper honking. There's something missing out of this for me, but it was nice enough. Every now and again you get a beard. Every now and then you get a beer that just has that something missing out of it, and it's usually a non-alcoholic beer. But this the IPA, there's something missing out of it. I don't know what it was. It'd be good to put your finger on these things every now and again, but I just never know because I just like drinking beer and talking shite. 3.5 for this one, so it scored quite lowly, but I'd probably go back for another try. So an IPA fit for a bloke like me trying to get his shit sorted. Road to Ruin. It's a sharp and nifty adult beverage, and it's really hit the spot after a crash. And it really hit the spot for me after a kind of car crash of a week. And I've put a wee hashtag there. Stop Vigstagramming. That was a 4.25. Interesting. Mary Lou is a cheeky wee pale ale, and no mistake. It's got a really interesting taste and a smell I couldn't quite put my finger on. It kind of curls under your tongue like some drunken one night stand, but with less STDs. It was 4.25. Now, this next one had a logo that was harder to read than a Norwegian death metal band. Double Down. It's a right tangy double IPA with a kind of modest ABV. Super tasty, chilled to perfection, and it could only have got better as it warmed through. Spoiler alert, it did. That was a 4.5. Cheeky wee double IPA next. Launched by Saturday night very well. It was called 5am. Looks like a smoothie and is proper thick bowl and the old suds locker. It's really quite understated for a double IPA, but yeah, refreshing brew. 4, right on the nose. I'll try that again. I'll try to roll my R's, but I couldn't do it. 4, right on the nose. I'm full of shit. Endless stream of random words. Yeah, that kind of sums me up, doesn't it? That was a bloody fab New England IPA. The Mosaic hops really smack you in the puss with their sweaty clackers and made me mutter, "Aye, that's nice," under my breath before eating more of my spicy crisps. That was a 4.25 on Untappd. Okay, first off on this one, good on Verdant for donating a part of the profits of Random Rules to Man Down Cornwall. At this point in time, I wasn't doing too great myself, and it was good to see that men's mental health is getting the support it needs and deserves. Anyway, that's how I lose followers on Instagram. But it was a hoofing IPA, and it really aided my relaxation like you would not believe. And that was a solid 5 out of 5. This next one is night and day. People, money, space, time. It was really delicate pale ale and really, really refreshing. I was basically trying not to guzzle it like a thirsty toddler, but I only gave it 3.5 on Untappd. I wish I'd go back and give myself a good. I normally make a hilarious joke about a beer being named after me, but why am I like this? Made me a bit sad. It's a question that runs through my head a lot, I'm afraid. Yeah, enough about that, because that's how I lose followers. Anyway, this West Coast IPA was a nice distraction. It was fresh and bright, and gave a little tingle to my bank holiday weekend. It was 4 right in the nose. Pigs All Day was a Verdant that I spotted that I hadn't tried yet. And I wish it had stayed that way, honestly. It was a rather plasticky West Coast IPA, and it was really disappointing because it was nearly £8. And to be fair, I wondered if the glasses and the hanging bat where I bought it weren't being rinsed properly. It was a bit sort of clingy to the side of the glass, if you know what I mean. And rather sadly, I gave this a 2.75. So, debleaker. That did what it said in the tin. It got rid of this grey bleakness that was hanging over my head at the time I had this. But you know, if not, I would have just kept saying its name like a South African gentleman and just enjoyed the IPA for the lush and tasty daddy juice that it was. Fucking daddy juice. Oh God, that sounds so wrong. Oh Christ, I'm going to jail. Daddy juice. Debleaker daddy juice. Aye, 4 right in the nose. Aye, as a metal bass player, I always scoop the mids. See what I did there, but bow down to comfort settings. A fucking killer double IPA, and it could twiddle my knobs any day. And that was a solid 5. Intimately placed pylons came highly recommended, and the IPA certainly didn't disappoint. It was sturdy and manky with a taste that travels right down to your toes and back again. It was 4.75, high praise indeed for intimately placed pylons. Right, I'm going to get through this one without laughing. I promise, I'm going to try my best to get through this one without laughing. Deep breath, G. Three-way handshake reminds me of the time those Omani sailors got caught wanking each other off when I first joined the band at HMS Raleigh in 1999. But this... It's a true story. Oh, honestly, it is true. They used to have foreign sailors come for training at HMS Raleigh, and the inliers and the accommodation used to have rounds every night. I think it's like 6:30 or some shit like that. And anyway, these Omani sailors were in their grot, probably about 5, 6, 7 of them. And the officer of the day walks in to check over the accommodation and finds them in a lovely wee daisy chain. Now, this was the proper old days before it was allowed to wank off your Opal. Oh my Christ, it caused some waves. Anyway, this IPA from Verdant and some chums. I can't remember who it was, but it was just as musty and shameful. It was the crusty head that comed up a moustache. And it was 4.25 on Untapped. Right, we're nearly there. I've got a page left of notes. And I think I've just about stopped laughing from the old daisy chain incident. So March 2023. I fucking hate March. I do. Anyway, what better way to celebrate the month of March and not being dead than a tinny that cost £10.90? Tell you what though, putty was bloody lovely with it. Triple IPA, hearty 10%, and it was like drinking burning petrol. And I was sick as a dog the next morning. And I've got a wee metal hand emoji after that. It was full marks with 5 out of 5 on Untapped. Oh, beer boner alert. 40 watt moon from those kinky buggers at Verdant. It's an absolute killer double IPA. Looked like a pint of egg yolks, and smelled like Taya Valkyrie's gusset after a Texas death match. And it tastes even better. Love it. Put it in your body and thank me later. That's what she said. And she also said 4.75 on Untap. Great, googly moogly. I popped this can in the kitchen. The cats came through to see what smelled like Kylie Minogue out in the pool. Don't tell Gus, not only smells amazing, it tastes amazing. I gurgled like Homer Simpson and everything. What a double IPA. 585 all day long. So there was no why. It was a bit of a different double IPA. It was had a kind of unique and flavoursome tang to it. And I inadvertently made an Ewok noise. That was 4.5 on Untapped. So, named after the eponymous Pointy Head Festival, also Sweewas. This not only came highly recommended from the lovely young man at Beer Hive, but it also had my picture on the can. It's a proper job double IPA, and I did a kind of funny monkey man kind of walk back to my chair. I was chanting its name like the boy at Temple of Doom when he's pooing folks' hearts out. 4.75 on Untapped. Never Known Sharks Like It takes elements of Whale Sharks double IPA and Rivington's Never Known Fog Like It. And that's a New England IPA, I believe. Big juicy tangerine flavours and a subtle lime zest bitterness at the end. You remember this one? I was joking, wasn't I? It tastes like sun-baked wank socks and hits hard in a glancing blow to the testicles. 4.5. So you remember this one from recently? I got this one because the label made me laugh. It's a boy smelling his own arse. Absolute classic joke. Smelling your own people from Verdant, though. It's a classic lemony IPA, and as standard as me going into the tune and promising not to get wankered. Absolutely spiffing. 4, right in the nose. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That is a quick overview of Verdant and their lovely, lovely wares. Now, bear with me, I'm trying to unlock my phone here because I've got a list of the people who, in the poll, these are the guys that are responsible for your maw winning who I was going to do on the next podcast. So, Instagram handles only to save red faces. We've got Aberdeen Eats, Wee Dobbs, The Cowshed Abington, I Am Paul Beard, Shrinking Fat Bloke, and that Dick Dean. There we go. So we can all find them on Instagram and send them dick pics. You have my blessing. And that's it. We're done. Done with Verdant, and we'll be moving on to somebody different in a couple of months. Keep your eyes on the blogs and the podcast page for who's going to be next. But I've got a strong suspicion it might be Neon Raptor. But we'll see. Anyway, thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. If you've got any suggestions for breweries, give us a shout. Give us a like on Instagram for both the Bearded Blog, the Bearded Beer blog. I don't know what a Bearded Bog is. That'll probably tickle your balls. And the Bearded Beer Pod. But until then, cheery bye.